Hi, I'm Giancarlo, and we're continuing our 2015 Gen Con coverage. I'm here with David, the designer of Lagoon, Land of Druid. He's going to give us a quick overview of the game. And, well, take it away, David.
All right, thank you. This is Lagoon, Land of Druids. It's a game for 1 to 4 players. It plays in about 45 to 60 minutes. It's a tile-laying, world-building game. Each player controls a circle of 5 druids that you're moving around a shared world. And at the beginning of the game, all the tiles go in the bag, except for 3. So you have 1 of each of the 3 energies, yellow, red, and blue. So the world starts out in balance. But the player is going to shift that balance of power towards 1 energy and then another in a tug of war to determine the destiny of the world. One of the ways that you do that is by exploring. When you explore, you draw a random tile from the bag. The tiles are double-sided, always having 2 different energies on the 2 sides. And so you have a choice of which side you want to put into play. Also, each site has a unique magic ability that your druids can use if they occupy it. And so when they are in a site, it unlocks that power and they share it with all the other druids in your circle. So a lot of the fun of the game comes from positioning your druids on different tiles in the board that give you powers you can combo together to have...
Comboing off the
exactly.
area
So you can accomplish a lot more than your opponents. And the basic actions that your druids can take, they can explore like we just showed. They can move to an adjacent site. They can also summon one of their fellow druids back into play. The sites themselves, they'll give you the other actions like moving a site around on the board, swapping sites, and lots of other things of that nature. And so eventually the players will have explored all the sites in the bag. When the bag is empty, that triggers the end of the game. And at that point, you look at the board and see which energy has the most sites in play. In this case, yellow does. And so yellow is the dominant energy. And so the player that most supported yellow over the course of the game will win. And the way you determine that is when you explore a site, you gain a seed token that matches the energy of the site that you explored. And if that energy at the end of the game is dominant, you get 1 point for each seed matching that energy. But they're also a resource you can spend on different actions during the game, so they give you a lot of flexibility. The only other way you can score points is by removing sites from the board, and that's done using a rock, paper, scissors mechanic. So you need yellow energy to remove red sites from the board, red energy to remove blue sites, and blue energy to remove yellow. So let's say this purple stag player wants to remove this red site from the board. You're going to need yellow energy to do that, and it takes 3. In this case, the purple player has druids positioned on 3 different yellow sites, so they have the necessary energy. They could unravel or remove that site from the board. Let's say they only had druids on 2 yellow sites. You can spend seeds from your supply to make up that difference to help you unravel a site. And when you do, you remove it from the board, so now no one can use this ability anymore, and you've hurt red by doing that. You add this to your score stack, and at the end of the game, if either yellow or blue are dominant, you're going to get 2 points for this. So it's that combination of seeds matching the dominant energy you have and sites you unravel that do not match that determines like your loyalty to the dominant energy and your points for who wins the game. So it basically just shows you who shaped the world most for the destiny that emerged.
Now, you mentioned there's also a 1-player mode?
There is. So actually the game includes a smaller black bag. My friend Mike Mullins, he's designed solo modes for a number of different games, and he designed the one for this. And so you take some of the druid tokens that you're not playing with, and you put them in this bag, and you play your turn as normal. But your opponent is like an artificial intelligence kind of player, and so you draw tokens out of this bag, and there's a separate reference sheet for the solo mode that tells you what your opponent does. And you can there's a sliding difficulty scale, so you can have the level of challenge that you want.
All right, well, very cool. That looks interesting. The artwork is phenomenal. I can see there's a lot of replay value since you draw tiles, the way you put them set up.
Yes.
And yeah, this looks great. Hopefully we'll get a review copy and do a full review for you guys.
Fantastic.
Thanks a lot, David.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the con.